The Against All Odds podcast, sponsored by Oak Forest Recovery. Welcome to the Against All Odds podcast. My name is RJ, and I'm here with co-host Rachel. And today we have Michael, also known as the Multifaceted Monster.
Yes.
How'd you come up with that name?
Man, it was my active addiction. Kind of showed me what a monster that I could be. But then on the healing side of it, I saw that as humans, we are multifaceted. Like there's all these different sides. So you can't just be one way. And it allowed me to like not be boxed in as an artist or a person. So I just was like, you know what, I'm multifaceted and I'm a monster. Like, and you don't have to necessarily be a crazy monster. It could be a love monster.
Sure.
Yeah, it could be a nice one.
Yeah.
Multifaceted.
Yeah, exactly.
Many different types, many different shades of a monster.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true, man. We do all have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. So where are you from?
So I was born in Compton, California.
Okay.
Well, I was born at Martin Luther King Hospital. I don't know if it's still there or not.
How old are you?
I'm 37.
Okay, so 88.
87.
87.
Yeah.
All right.
Towards the end of October.
Okay.
So it's close, yeah.
I'm 88 January.
Okay. So you're right there, 80s baby. Yeah, we're the generation that kind of got played outside, but still kind of know how to use the internet.
We're right there in the middle. It's
Same.
really
Early
odd.
90s too.
You know what I mean?
Same.
Yeah. But yeah, I was born there. I didn't stay there for too long. I just, my family moved around a lot. We kind of just went through the shit. You're the child. You're powerless. So you just move wherever the family moves. So we ended up moving around a lot, probably.
In California or like?
Yeah, just within California. I went from like that area in Los Angeles to like Covina, San Dimas area, out towards the Inland Empire, Fontana. I spent a little bit of time out there. And now I'm back in Glendora, like the 626 area where I went to rehab. Got it.
All right. And how was childhood?
Childhood was it was definitely had its lows, but it's some highs too. Like my mother loved me to death. Father kind of checked out. I think the last time I can remember was like maybe 5 to 7, somewhere around that age fringe. Went to go get milk. And
Wow.
But yeah, a lot of dysfunction growing up. There was love, but there was also a lot of dysfunction.
Right.
Just communication style was kind of silent treatments or shouting. Sometimes somewhere in between. But I mean, there was love, but there was definitely some chaos and dysfunction.
Are you the only child?
I have a younger sister. She's younger just by under a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you guys close?
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as time went on, like, probably, not even probably, it was due to my active addiction, like my character defects and how I kind of was selfish, self-centered and shit like that. Like it definitely strained the relationship. So I definitely probably still have a direct amends to make as far as that too.
Yeah. I have a little brother too, and it's really crazy how addiction will affect those relationships. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And he's a normie, right?
He's a normie. He's the best babe. He was like the opposite of me, you know? And I'm just like, God, I put my family through a lot in my addiction, you know? And he was young. I was young. When I was young and like my addiction was bad, he was young. Yeah. And he, even just with mental health, he watched a lot with me, and it definitely, we were close as kids and then kind of grew apart, but things are cool now. He's grown up. We're grown up, and
it's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So when did things start to get messy?
When was your first start drinking or using?
I remember it was around like 15.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I kind of just was starting to hang out with the older kids and kind of wanted to fit in, wanted to be cool. When I started drinking, it was almost like instant, like this all the insecurities vanished, and I had to be the one to outdrink everybody. So I always just went hard from the beginning. Yeah. And I think that kind of, I don't know whether you're born with a gene of alcoholism or not. Like I'm not a fucking scientist, but I know it. When I started, it was not good. Like, I was always the one blacking out at parties, waking up.
So you realized that in the moment, like, hey, this is not good, or did you?
In hindsight.
Yeah,
as I look back, because I'm like, fuck, like I actually started doing the work and shit. I was like, I can't really recall like having a good evening where I'm like, I would just have a couple beers and then.
What is that? Where?
I've never recovered.
How?
Yeah, like
it's so interesting because we hear so many stories, right?
Yeah.
And it's so common.
Yeah.
It's almost every story we hear.
Right.
it's like just right out the gate having to prove something.
Yeah.
Right? Like I didn't just drink a little bit. I fucking had to drink a lot.
Yeah.
When I smoked weed for the first time, I needed to buy like every bong, pipe,
it's like that
scales.
all or nothing. I talk about that. There's not a lot of gray area with people who deal with addiction, and not even just with you. It's with like everything when you look at it.
Exercise,
everything.
Even now, when I exercise, I'm still like. The only reason I haven't been exercising recently because I like strained or sprained my wrist.
Yeah.
So it slowed me down. But even then, like some of my friends have found they're like, "What the fuck are you working out for? You trying to be like the new Black Panther? Like, what are you doing?" Like, trip out. I'm just like, it's that all or nothing.
Yeah.
Like you just train that way. But
I just think that it's almost like we're born just uncomfortable in our skin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
for sure, insecurities.
Do you remember feeling like that as a child before the drinking came in? Were you like, did you kind of feel on the outside or?
Yeah, I definitely felt like, the people pleasing.
People
and,
pleasing.
Trying to fit in and trying to and mind you, this is in hindsight that I look back on it, but it's definitely like abandonment issues with my father. And then like the strain of the relationship where with my mother was some codependency.
Right.
Where I became like hyper attached and she became hyper attached to where it was like, and mind you, like I'm not a parent, so I don't know the dynamic of how the mother views it. But I know, like, looking back, it wasn't necessarily a healthy bond.
Yeah. Yeah. And you moved a lot. So what was that like, going to new schools all the time? Was that hard or?
Always being the new kid, having to prove something, like, when you kind of get settled and you feel like good, you make friends, and then constantly being ripped up, and now you got to go to this place and then that place, and you're just around new people. And it was just, I think one of the only benefits of moving around a lot was whenever there was like any like gang shit or gang activity anywhere near, like I kind of knew how to avoid getting involved into it. Like my younger days, I definitely had run-ins and shit with like friends trying to like be cool and hang out with the cool guys and go do stupid shit until you end up getting in trouble, going to jail and shit. But like you live and learn. This like it just kind of allowed me to navigate around. I still got in trouble. Don't get me wrong, but it taught me enough. But it was just. It made me feel like always like fucking I'll never have like actual close connections and like friendships.
Yeah, it's hard.
Eventually I'm going to leave.
Right.
And it felt like either I'm going to get up and go or it was like they're going to leave like father did.
Yeah.
So it was like always that like those two different types of they're not going to be around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was kind of like pointless to have actual genuine connections, which made me like do this mask of a performance of like, okay, what did they like? So I could put on this mask, and then what did these people like? So I could put on that mask. So, and then you just spreading yourself so thin. I eventually like had to drink to escape the fact that I hated myself because I didn't know who the hell I was.
Yeah. Yeah. So you started drinking, and where does it go from there?
It goes to, I had a lot of toxic relationships.
Okay.
I definitely went to other drugs too, like meth, coke, weed.
Is this all in high school?
Yep, they're all like high school, early 20s. Like, it was kind of a stream of where it went for a good little run. And then weed was mostly high school and drinking.
Yeah.
And then later on, like kind of venturing out, then it became like meth and coke and like just hanging out with different friend groups. Because it was like that chameleon that I was.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, let me go do coke with these people, do weed with these, drink with them. Like you just kind of different vibes for different tribes, I guess.
What was your meth experience like?
Initially, it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, because when you had that first hit, you're like, "Oh my God!" Like I feel like you feel like God. Like that's the only way I could really describe it. But it just, and like I was in a relationship with someone at the time who she was also on it, and it was just like
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Dude, shit gets fucking weird and crazy on meth. And that's what I'll tell you. And I always like to ask people, especially just with their meth experience, because I think meth hits, like for me, when I did it, I hated it. I didn't feel anything. I think I'm so ADHD that it just like made me normal. I wasn't normal because I didn't sleep for 7 days and I was like out of my fucking mind, and shit gets real weird on meth. I'll tell you what. But I think I've heard so many people that when they're like, when I did it, I just felt like, you know.
Yeah, you feel like you could do anything. You could just accomplish.
I guess meth, like crack is my meth. That's what I guess. It's just interesting to me how every person reacts differently to different drugs.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Oh, it's a crazy thing. Yeah.
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
Okay, so you were doing the meth, doing the coke thing,
How
all
old,
of that.
How old were you at this point?
I was probably in my teens, I want to say.
Okay.
Like teens going into early 20s. And mind you, too, there's some, like, there will be legitimately some points of life where I was blacked out so much that my timeline is like
It's all fucked up.
Yeah, so there'll be certain there, like, if I forget some shit, like, timeline, like, I'm kind of giving a rough estimate.
Yeah.
There's sometimes I'm just like,
that.
fuck, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's large chunks of my life that are just completely, like, there's nothing there. Like, no, and that's scary. It's actually scary.
Yeah.
Does your mom realize that these things are going on with you or any of your family, or like you were good at hiding it, or what?
Yeah, it was, I think she knew with the drinking, but there was really nothing, like AA wasn't really a thing that was discussed, or any like recovery or treatment or like therapy.
Yeah.
It was just like pray about it.
Yeah.
It was kind of the...
So you grew up with a relationship with God?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Like, and we went to a couple of different churches. So that probably added to that, like bouncing around. Like, 'cause we went to different churches. We went to like Christian church, Jehovah's Witness church, went to Mormon church.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Mom was just like, let's
Mom
try
was just
whatever.
bouncing
Yeah,
around,
let's
just-
figure it out.
Yeah. And we went to the Mormon church. I'm like, Mom, we're only black people here. Like, I don't think we're supposed to be here. No, but like, just like you're bouncing around all these places. You're just like, it was so, I always knew that there was a higher power of God. There was something. And like, and there was times in religion where I'm like, oh, I'm going to hell. Like, for sure I was going to hell. So it contributed to me just feeling like, well, I might as well get fucked up and like do the most that I can.
I'm going anyways.
Yeah. Like,
I might as well
have fun.
make the best of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was an interesting experience as far as religion, but now I call it a higher power at this point in life.
Right. Yeah.
So where does your drug use take you? How long did you use for?
I go on benders where I've lost multiple jobs. Like once I get started, and I've been able to like achieve and like get steady jobs, and I'm like working my ass off, and like I'm able to kind of climb the ladder as far as whatever the position is. But once I have something happen or whatever it is, because I didn't have a program at the time. It was just, it would always go to back to that self-hatred of like not knowing who I was, like knowing you were faking the funk, like pretending to be this, and just unsure of myself. So I just, my drug use will always take me to the suicidal ideation. And I've had, I don't even know how many 5150 holds, and even 5250 holds. Just because.
What is 52?
They hold you longer.
Oh.
And there's another one where they could hold you indefinitely. Like there's like the 24 hours and like the 2 weeks. Then there's like 6 months, and then there's like you're a threat
forever.
Like until they deem you as like okay. Like that's how many ones I've had, because I'm like looking at the pamphlet and the detox.
Oh, like, you know all the numbers. All the 51s, 52s, 53s.
I was like, shit, dude. Like, so it's wild.
Wow. Okay.
When was the first time you got 5150? And what was that experience like?
I know definitely alcohol was involved, because there's never been one where I was like sober.
Okay. Yeah. So it was always a result of that.
Yeah. And I'm like, I've been like diagnosed with like depression and anxiety from the doctors, but I'm like, I've been like on and off with the medications. I'm like, I don't fucking need this. Maybe I just need to stop drinking. But I'm sorry, we steered off your question.
First time getting 5150'd and...
It had to be, I was at Kaiser. We were living in Fontana, and I forgot what the hell the case was, but I know I was drinking at the apartment, and I think my mom called like that I was drinking too much, and I just like blacked out. And next thing I know, like the fire and paramedics and them came, and like they put me in the paramedic. They're like checking my vitals and shit, and I think I said some shit that made them like, okay, this fool's kind of off. Like, like, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but like, as their first responders, they're like, okay, yeah. Because apparently like, they can hold. Yeah, so they did that, and they took me, and like, I kind of got good at once I sobered up, like I was able to speak well and talk to the doctor and kind of tell them what they wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Just to get out. But
from your first experience there? Okay.
Yeah, I was able to just kind of.
And what was that experience, your first experience walking in there? I mean, I don't know if you remember when you walked in there, but what was that experience like the first time? Like being in there?
Just terrified. I'm like, I'm actually in here with crazy people. Like, I remember that part where I'm like, oh, these people are actually crazy. Like, I wasn't. But I was looking at it like, these people are like, these people are actually crazy.
I'm crazy, but they're crazy, crazy. Yeah.
And I was like, this is like, there was like the fear that set in, and then like you're like detoxing and they're giving you pills or whatever. And it's just, it's terrifying. It's, but after a while, after a couple of days, like, it kind of, I don't know, in a sick way, it became like a sense of ease. It's where like I kind of felt safe, but I also felt like I needed to get back to reality because I was like, this is not going to do anything for me. Yeah. And I don't remember what age I was around, but I was definitely younger, and maybe 20s. I want to say, or it's late teens.
Yeah.
But it kept happening.
Yeah, it kept happening, and then like as I continued to go to it, like my drinking just got worse, and then the other drugs, and then in and out of relationships with other people that I seemed to attract either addicts or people that were at an active addiction or suffered with mental health shit, and I probably contributed to their fucking mental health shit with my fucking drinking, like the way that I would conduct myself. Yeah, it's like
a full circle thing.
Yeah, so it just back-to-back toxic relationships in and out of these treatment centers. But mostly it was like the 5150 holds where I'm like, I got drunk enough to where I just wanted to kill myself. And just the self-hatred. And I would put on the mask once I sobered up a little bit, but then every time I got drunk, I would want to, for some reason, like, and I wouldn't want to just do it blatantly. Like, I didn't want to like harm myself. So I'm like, if I get drunk enough, then I could actually do it. Or if I get high enough or whatever the fuck it is, like until I'm like blacked out enough.
Right. Yeah.
But usually I would wake up on a hold or some shit, and obviously it didn't work.
Yeah.
Wow. So where did it bring you? Like where was the end of your addiction? Like what did that culminate to?
Well, I went to one treatment center in like college. That was more so just to save face, because I started failing all my classes. I was doing good until like finals came around, and it's just like it says in the AA book where like you pull the curtain, you build your life up, and then you pull the curtain down. So I was doing good in school. Finals came, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I need help." But it wasn't that I really wanted to stop drinking. It was more so that I was like, "Oh, they're not gonna fail me if I go to fucking rehab."
I got a medical excuse.
Yeah. So it was
which is not the
right. Like, so I was like, "Okay, I'll go to treatment," and then I learned some stuff there, but there was no sincerity in wanting to get better.
Were you exposed to the 12 steps there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were just like, nah.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, this is more so like a vacation more than anything. And went back onto life. Like I went back to school, started doing better, and ended up getting this scholarship because I was going to school for nursing. Okay. And then like all the teachers and everybody was great. I was cool getting through it, and then relapsed again, and I went to a treatment center in Covina called Charter Oak. And that was like my first time where I kind of wanted to get better, but it hadn't fully set in. And then, of course, that time around when I went to detox, I met this girl in detox. So I was like,
Rehab she got romance. Out. That was my favorite every time. Out, yeah.
I stayed. I went to the residential, and then we're like on the phone every fucking day, calling, talking. And so there was that toxic romance that was building because we were both very unwell at the time. And I was like, they wanted me to go from the residential to like the outpatient and the sober living and all that. I'm like, look, I'm good. I'm sober 30 days. I could go home now. I got a good job. I'm chilling. Like I have a good girl. Like she's waiting for me.
She's sober. You know her.
She's sober.
We're going to save each other. We're never going to relapse. We'll sponsor each other.
Yeah, right. Legit.
We'll help each other.
Yeah. And then, so I left against their recommendations, and we moved in a short amount of time together. like immediately. Pretty much. Yeah. Because it was love at first sight. It was just like fucking A. And moved in, and that shit went crazy. Like it was me active in my addiction, calling off work. just over and over, and like killing off family members just to take time off because so and so died. You eventually run out of like lies and bullshit.
Yeah, they're
and,
like your whole family did not die within the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
like,
but like.
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
It was crazy. Like this time I went that so I told him like my father had died, which to me he was dead. So it was technically not alive, but I went as far as like searching like the death records databases and shit. So that, and I found a death certificate that like closely like was pretty spot on.
Oh wow.
And I was like, so I still don't know whether it is or not to this day.
Wow.
Because it was like spot on, and I'm like. But I just used that as an excuse to keep drinking. I'm like, well, I was already spiraling, but that kind of compiled it on because there was all the other abandonment issues and all the shit that came up with it. Mm-hmm. But to me, it was just an excuse for drinking. Yeah. But I think it was just me numbing myself to the actual trauma that it really was, like how it really affected me. Mm-hmm. And me and her were just in our apartment. She was sick in her shit, and I was sick in mine. And there was this brief moment where I'm like, just had a moment of clarity, and like, I was already kind of checked out of the relationship because we're both good people, but just both sick active in addiction. Like, because I still care for her to this day. We're not like on a really speaking terms or anything, but I would never bash her. Like, we were both just sick. Yeah. And there's this brief moment of clarity where I called her mom. I'm like, if there's anybody who's gonna come get their child out of a situation, and because her mom was like kind of blind to it. She knew that we both had addiction issues, but she didn't know we were both spiraling. Yeah. So I called her mom because I knew she wasn't going to go get help and I was going to go get help. But I kind of was like, get her to safety and also get her out of the way so I could keep drinking. Right. So it was, her mom came through and a bunch of my friends kept coming through just checking on me like, let's go get you some help. Let's get you some help. And I'm just like, no, blah, blah, blah. And I went on another 5150 hold where, I was like, I think trying to do a suicide by cop because I was like in San Dimas. So I was like, okay, this is like I was drinking enough. I'm like, this is a predominantly white city. If I like go outside to the cops, they'll kill me. Like, they'll kill me.
No
like they'll do the job. Like this is my thinking. And I mean, fortunately they didn't. I was just fucking projecting shit. But they didn't. They took me to another hold. Like, and then I was on the 5150 and I got out, and then they keep your phone when you're on the hold. So I turned my phone on and I woke up or turned it on to a breakup text from her saying like, I can't do this and like, don't freak out, but I cleared all my stuff out of the apartment, etc. And like, it didn't really set in at that moment. I was torn, but like, it was like torn, but also relieved. Right. Because it was like, I wanted the relationship to end because we were both going to fucking die together. Yeah. But also you love this person. So you're still saddened by the separation. And, I just went home, went to the apartment, kept drinking, and it was all cleared out. I had like a mattress, I think, on the floor and like some of my shit. And I called a couple friends drunk over and over again. And I reached out to one of my friends who, she got sober in Covina. She has a pretty wild story. But she was someone who's been around like throughout my whole like active addiction and recovery the first time I went to Charter. And I called her and reached out, and I was like, look, I'm ready to go. Like, I was like, something just like set in. I had this one moment like, if I don't do some shit different, I'm gonna die. Yeah. And I was already like crushed, heartbroken. I was like, the heartbreak I think was the real catalyst. Because once it set in, I was like, fuck, she's gone. It really, in addition to like, I'm about to lose my job, if there's no more excuses, I was like, I need to actually go get help. And I called her. She's like, I'm working. She does like social work or some shit. She was like, you will fucking call me the only day that I'm at the office. So she sent one of our other recovery brothers, and like he had came by and got me, and like I'm like trying to pound as much alcohol as I can before he comes because I know he's on the way. Yeah,
so, 1 for the road, 10 for the road, 100 for the road. Yep. Yeah,
and he came and picked me up, and he took me to Charter Oak. It was October 18th of 2023. And when those doors closed, it was like I was like fighting all the way there, but once I got in there, like I had already been there, so I was familiar with it, but it was just like a sense of relief. I was like, fuck, like that all that weight off my shoulders.
Yeah. Yep. And you were finally willing to like do it.
Yeah. This time I was like, told my sponsor, like, look, I'm here. Because the guy that took me, Mike, him and my sponsor are best friends. So he kind of knew that I was going.
Right.
And he's always been there. He's like, when you're ready, you're ready. Yeah. And this time I was.
So what did that treatment look like, that stint in there? What did you buckle down and get into the work, or like how was it different than the last times?
The last time I just kind of skated through. This time I was they give you like the first 3 steps in treatment. Mm-hmm. And then first it's detox, and then it's residential. Yeah. And then they say you want to do the first 3 steps and then you write like a lifeline. Mm-hmm. And this time I got like actually more honest and transparent about like abandonment issues and all this different shit that I had done and throughout life. And I was like, fuck, like there's no point of like holding the shit back anymore. Yeah. I was like, if I want to be free, like they keep saying, then I have to like start letting shit go. And got through the first 3, and then I started to write a 4th, and they're like, you want to wait until you get out to start doing like your 4th and 5th with your sponsor. But I was just like, to have this like all or nothing. I was like, no, I have this little desperation. Like I need to do as much shit as fucking possible. Yeah. So I did like a 4th and 5th with one of the counselors in there. And I was like, hey, like Liz is her name. She was one of the counselors. I'm like, I need to fucking do this shit. I was like, I lied about a lot of shit the first time I came in, because I had told them about my dad. Yeah. And I said it so much to the point where I believed it. Mm-hmm. So it was just eating at me, because these are people who are like, and they didn't give a fuck. At the end of it, they were like, whatever. They're like, dude, we've lied about so much shit in our, like, just that peace and like that welcomeness or that welcoming feeling. And you're like, okay. And I was able to get out. From there, I went to outpatient, which they recommended for like another month or 2. Yeah. And they were like, go to sober living. Yeah. They were like, do sober living and outpatient. And it gave me that foundation to like, fuck, like I'm surrounded by recovery. Like I actually started working the steps with my sponsor. I picked up some sponsees. Like I haven't heard from a lot of them, but like I raise my hand every time they say like, if you're willing to sponsor, and I'm always willing. And just trying to find other ways to be of service and shit, whether it's through, a lot of it's been through, strangely enough, social media. Yeah. Like people reaching out and shit, like your stories inspired me, like you being vulnerable about shit. Because sometimes I'll just get up and like, I'm not fucking feeling it this day. Like I'm feeling like fucking pissed off. It's not always sunshine and rainbows recovery. I'm like, yeah, I'm sober, but people still get on my fucking nerves. Mm-hmm. And like people just like that transparency and honesty, where I've like had some pretty deep DMs from people where I'm like, fuck, dude, like, you never know who's watching. Yeah. 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 I think it's so important to be open and honest like that, because I feel like in recovery, a lot of people can get to this place where they feel like they have to share that like just their experience, strength, and hope. Right. Not like the real life shit that comes along with it. Right. And sometimes people really need to hear exactly that, you know? So I'm a big supporter of always being like, if you're not fucking feeling it today, don't try to dig down and get some fake shit like, you know, big book, whatever you got to pull out your asshole right now. Just be fucking real. You know, it's almost like sometimes in meetings, it can become like a competition of like, who knows the book best and who the traditions and now you're doing all these things. And it's just like, just be fucking real. You know, just share that shit and be real. So hell yeah. So where do you go from there? You do sober living, and how does life change once you're like immersed in in recovery? It went like, so I was in sober living. I'm still there. And I eventually went back to work. Yeah. And I started like working, and they're like, just ease into it. I was like, all right, cool. So I'm like not really taking any overtime, just kind of like doing the regular 40 hours a week. And one of the things my sponsor told me was, he's like, don't do anything musically. He's like, if you're actually going to listen to me this time, he's like, you said you can listen to every fucking thing. I'm like, all right. He's like, don't do it. You're not going to do any music shit until you get to your 9th step. So that made me fucking push the gas, and I was like, oh, I'm going to fucking make these amends like a motherfucker. Let's get this done. And like I did that out of spite, but in doing that shit, the changes were made where I was like, oh shit, like you really realize how like bad you fucking scar people. And it made me like, it was like, there's no one in my past that I could like bash or bad talk. Cause I'm like, I sent these people through fucking crazy shit. And like, there's some shit I don't even remember. Cause like I'm a blackout drunk. So I'm like, I will wake up to text like, fuck, fuck the text messages. You're like, delete. I don't even want to fucking look at it. Like, that type of drunk. And it's just been...
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
Getting into music and like trying to find, like, first going to work and then implementing the music shit, and like trying to find like a music scene where it's like I could still insert my recovery into it.
Yeah.
Because the music scene, especially the hip hop scene, traditionally it has like there's a lot of weed, a lot of drinking, a lot of popping bottles, all the shit, which that goes to that genre. But I've just been trying to find my lane as far as music, and I was like, fuck it, just create it. Like, you just do you, and the people that need to hear you will find you.
That's right.
I just fucking put it out there, and I'm like, not necessarily, I guess the genre I've labeled it as alternative rap. I'm like, it's just my life experience, and
like storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was that a part of your life before you got sober?
The music?
Like music was just always like
yeah, when did music come in? Your whole life?
It's been there. It started off as poetry was a foundation.
Okay.
And just like the rhyming pattern, which to me poetry is just, it's the same as rap, just without the beat.
Yeah.
Right.
And so there's always been there, and like it was much angrier back then. It was like much more from a place of hatred, because I like hated myself, so it was like fuck the world. So it was just like this angry, rageful music that just was it wasn't anything like, there's shit that I had up that I took down. Put it that way. There's shit that I had out, and I was like, yeah, this is, because it just doesn't represent me anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's, to an extent, you should let people grow with you. So I've always considered like putting stuff back, but I was like,
I think you should put. I was about to say, first of all, I'm nosy. Second of all, I do think it's just like Eminem. You know, like the phases of like you see real artists go through that like all the time. I think.
Yeah. Your sponsor told you to put music aside though for a period of time.
Yeah.
And why was that? Because it had always gotten in the way. You always put that first. I
always put it first, and I think it can be like that addictive personality where I could get so immersed in it where I'm like, oh well, I prayed and meditated today. I don't need to do all the other shit.
Yeah.
Like, so it definitely, like, I think he saw that there wasn't any like actual change until I got to that portion early. That's what he assumed, that there would be changes.
Yeah.
And were you
spiritual experience,
rapping and putting music out when you were like drinking and smoking meth? And
I was barely, because I was so non-functional. I was the type of performance, like dropping a fucking microphone and performing so fucking drunk.
Right.
Like,
but you were trying.
Yeah.
You were trying. You were just like.
Yeah, but I was just so fucked up.
Just fucking it up.
Yeah.
Just fucking it up.
Like, because I couldn't, like, and now that anxiety, I couldn't perform sober either.
Right.
Like, I just.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Yeah, because it's such a big transition.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've had a lot of guys. I've sponsored a couple guys, and then I've seen guys get sober.
Right.
That artistically, like, they're either writers or musicians, and struggle so much.
Yeah.
With once they get sober, like, can I access it? Right. And it's a tough thing.
It is, but for me, it hasn't been so much. It's been just, because you have the experiences. It's just learning to channel them and like actually go back. Because I'll literally, if I'm thinking about a certain song or whatever the experience is, I'll go back to how I felt emotionally at that time. And I'll like visualize it and put almost to the point where I'm like angry again, or like sad or crying. Like, so I'm like, I guess being able to visualize allows me to go back and tap into, and then you just are able to talk about your experiences in a new lens. So I haven't really had that, like, it's not as angry. My music, that's the only change. It's not like I still have an attitude. But it's just like, I'm not like resentful, bitter towards the world. This is like, but at the same time, it's like you're saying, like, we're not always happy, go fucking lucky. So I'm not going to be able to make super fucking cheerful, positive. It's like
just being real.
Yeah, it's like you could be happy with an edge to it. Just be whatever the experience, whatever the song calls for. It could be a love song. Could be, I'm not fucking feeling these fake people. Like whatever it is.
Yeah.
But
yeah. What do you think the greatest gift sobriety has given you is?
Oddly enough, to be able to feel and then to have that clarity to like actually start making like sound adult decisions.
Yeah.
Like
that's a good one.
To look at shit like working on my credit, to like paying off debt, to like actually saving towards like fucking ownership and like starting my music shit as an actual business, like filing a DBA and shit. Because before, like, none of that seemed possible. It just seemed like everything was so far off. But it was because I was fucked up all the time.
Right.
Like, you think, like, I can't do this. Like, I'm just an artist, and that's all it is, too. I'm just going to rap and hope somebody fucking discovers me and, like, I fucking blow up. Like, it's like, no, you have to actually do the fucking business side of it. You have to do the work.
Yeah.
And, like, getting sober allowed me to, like, just respect humanity for one. Like, because you kind of like, when you look at it from a lens of like that, the way that I was when I was active in addiction, was like you're looking for just opportunity. You don't give a fuck about nothing. Like you're just like, almost dehumanizes people.
Oh yeah.
So where you're just goal oriented, not considering what you're doing to people along the way.
Right.
And I think that was from a self-centered, selfish perspective. And when you actually, that 12 steps to like just restores the humanness, or restored the humanness in me, where I'm like, fuck, like people actually feel from what the fuck you do. Like you.
Who would have thought? I didn't know for a long ass time.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. We just don't realize like how, and also like the delusion. I think, like you said, we're just so caught up and self-centered and selfish that it just, it doesn't even, like, it's like, woo-hoo. Like you don't realize it until like in hindsight, you see all that shit and working through the steps and seeing that shit on paper and seeing the amends that you have to make and all of that. Right. Did you have any amends that were like particularly hard to make or? Yeah,
I've had most of the challenging ones were either to exes or it's like family members. And there's still some I have to make. And there was one, like, cause you know how they say that unless you think it'll cause harm or whatever the case is, there's somewhere I'm like, I shot out an email. I'm like, okay, if I hear back, then we can move forward with it. But like, there's been cases where ex is like, I don't want to fucking hear from you. I don't want to talk to you. So like, I'm not going to fucking, you know what I mean? Like you can only respect, like it is what it is. Yeah. And if we happen to run across each other, like you kind of like, as time goes on, let God do what God does if it's supposed to be the case. Right. But I just have stayed willing to do the amends. But I still owe something to like family. And yeah, there definitely has been some strange ones too, where people kind of, because you know that part where you says like, is there something I could do to, I've had people that try to like kind of flip that and take advantage of that, where you kind of like, you have to set that boundary. Then if I have some people,
wait, I'm so curious. Is there an example of how they've tried to flip it?
Yeah. You are nosy. You don't
have to. Also, you can tell me to fuck off.
I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit. No, but so this person, I called to make the amends. I'm like, hey, like during our friendship, like I feel like I was a bad friend, like only hitting you up when I needed something. Like I was a shitty friend. So like moving forward, I would like to change the dynamic of the friendship. And like, is there something I could do to like repay or like make it better or whatever? Like I'm willing to hear you out for whatever you think it may be. And then they hit me up like, oh, you know what? Like, it's all good. And like, God's going to do something for you. He's like, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do something for you. He's like, I'm going to give you this free program and you just have to tell 7 other people about it. Oh, and I was like, bruh.
I mean, that's a shameless plug.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a shameless plug.
I mean, I would expect that.
Yeah.
MLM?
Yeah.
That's great, man.
I was like, bro. And I was
he was like, God has just bestowed upon me. So he just got out one of his meetings, you know what I mean? All hyped, you know what I mean? And fucking you call making an amends.
Right.
That's
so
funny.
he just like, it was like prime time.
Here's my first recruit.
I was like, bro, but that was wild. I was just like, no, I'm not really interested in that shit. But if there's anything like we could hang out, whatever. But I mean, I feel like the friendship kind of just fizzled from there. Yeah. But it also gave me the chance to kind of look at what friendships, I guess, don't necessarily fit anymore in life. And that at this point, I just stay willing to make the amends, but it's like they say, you don't grovel at the same time. Like you're not gonna be go join some fucking multi-level shit just because, like, cause I don't want to fucking do that. Trying to make the friendship right, but there's been some interesting ones.
Yeah, a pyramid scheme, like
right. It was like fucking
yeah. I mean, I gotta respect the hustle, I guess.
Right, I get it. Not get it. Yeah, that was a prime time opportunity. Like the person calls me, like, "Hey, like, what could I do?" Like, well, what you can do is give me 7 more people. But I was like, bro, why 7 though?
7's a lucky number. Lucky number 7. You know, he knew what he was doing. Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
So what does a day in the life look like for you now?
So it's work Monday through Friday, typically. And I do my social media shit on like breaks, whether it's like collab posts with people or just like looking for showcases. But like my day-to-day job is, I enjoy it. It's electrical work. And then it's
Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm grateful as hell for it. Like it definitely has allowed me to fund like the creative aspect, to actually pour money into it so it actually becomes more of something.
Yeah.
But yeah, like work, doing the music stuff, doing the social media part of it, which sometimes can pull me in and kind of get a little emotionally draining.
Yeah. How do you deal? I know we talked a little about it before with the haters, because you said that you get some.
I get some crazy shit.
You get some people.
Yeah. It's I've learned. At first, I took it personal. Yeah. At first, I was like talking shit back, but then I was like looking. I forgot who it was, but it was someone who is like a social media strategist, I think is the word. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you got to look at how it makes you look if your engagement is like, because people will like talk some crazy shit to you and you'll respond back something crazy and then they'll like delete their comment.
Yeah. So then you just look crazy.
Yeah. So I've learned that side where I'm like, now I just will like engage it, like, because people will say shit that has nothing to do with the music. They'll say racial shit. They'll say all this other bullshit that has nothing to do with the music, just trolling, just to hate. But I'm like, I recognize it as engagement. So I'm like, hey, fuck it, cool.
Thank you.
More power to you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Just feeding the algorithm, because it doesn't care what you're saying. It just feeds like this, and that helps my overall goal of like spreading my message of music. And the 4 agreements has helped me, like the not taking it personal, like we were talking about earlier.
It's like, hard sometimes.
It is, yeah. It's hard. Because people will like troll your shit and then they'll try to say whatever they feel like is personal to you or whatever.
Oh, yeah. So they'll try to find exactly what it is that you're insecure about, that they know is going to set you off and all of those things. And you just got, I think also being in recovery and the blessing that we have working a program and having these tools, right, is like, for me, listen, I used to be insane. Okay. Absolutely insane. I was very angry. You couldn't say a fucking thing to me because I'm coming for your throat, right? And I'm going, if they're going below the belt, I'm going to fucking hell, okay? I am going to hell. Yeah. These days, I can realize, because I was once I hated myself so much, and I like was so miserable that I like to lash out and make other people feel like shit. Right. So now I can realize that people that do that shit are not normally happy, well humans. Right. And honestly, what they need more than anything is a little hug or some love. Yeah. And even though it's fucking hard, really hard sometimes, I really try to always respond in kindness. So I think it's like the best way to go about it. And we can look at it differently now because we have a little, help.
Call your sponsor. Yeah, exactly. Like reach out to someone. But the program definitely, it's like, it gives you the advantage. Right. Because you're able to actually practice like, all right, pause, meditate, pray, actually start praying for people that I hate. Mm-hmm. And then eventually you stop hating them.
Isn't that wild? That's insane how that works.
Yeah, and I thought it was total BS.
It feels like total BS when you first start it too, and then for a while, and then all of a sudden I feel like one day it's just like that is lifted, that heaviness. Yeah. Which is insane.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It is.
It's like magic.
But it definitely has given me that tool to just kind of feel some sort of like sympathy for him, because it's like you said, like when you're angry and bitter and resentful, you don't generally, because you don't even know this person that you're looking at on the screen most of the time. You only know what they've put out, and there's no reason. So it's just like, I'm mad at myself, so you're gonna feel it too, because I haven't discovered therapy or 12 steps or sobriety or whatever it is. Yeah, because I did both, like therapy and the 12-step shit. But yeah,
what was your experience like with therapy?
It lasted for maybe a year, and before my therapist was like, I think you've like made, like we've reached all of our goals. Well, like the funny thing was, she was familiar with the 12 steps. Okay. And she was also in the music industry prior, so she was like the perfect fucking therapist for me. And she was like, how you navigate this, she was like, with AA, she's like, it does offer benefits, but she's like, I want you to be able to eat the chicken and spit out the bone. Because she's like, there's certain aspects where it can become clicky or culty or shit like that. She's like, that part, she's like, I want you to keep the critical thinking skills. Yeah, like take what you need and leave the rest. Yeah, because she was like, there's some aspects of it which, and it doesn't, I think the program itself is like solid. It's just people. You have a lot of sick people going in one room. Right. Some are sicker than others. Right. And that's just, that's what I always try to explain to people that are like, I fucking hate, 12 steps and da-da-da. And I'm like, it's not usually the program. Right. It's there. We do have some sick ones. Yeah. We do. I'll give you that, but you got to be able to look past that. Yeah. Or find different tribes or meetings or whatever. Because and the thing that sucks with like for a newcomer is if you're brand new and then you're going into a meeting and you have someone fucking screaming at you because you identified as an addict as opposed to an alcoholic, and they're like, and then you're just like, whoa, what the fuck? Yeah, that happened to me, and I swore off AA for probably a good 7 years after that. I did. And then I had a totally different experience when I moved to Austin. So it really all depends where you go, 100%. Yeah. Because people, you scare and that's why I'm like, I don't know, when it comes to the AA shit, I'm like, the traditions are that you shouldn't be putting it out on media, press, or whatever. I'm just like, there's sometimes I have to tell even some of the old timers, I'm like, I love you, but fuck off. This is my program. Like, just let me do me. It's an old, and I this is a very touchy subject, and it really depends where you live or what kind of meetings you go to. Because like you said, there's a lot of old timers that will come down heavy, but I think that, I don't know. I believe in this day and age, that book was written a really long time ago. And I think there's some exceptions, especially for what we're doing and spreading the word of like to more people than we ever could, that it could potentially save so many more lives, Yeah. Because there's some people that's never going to get into a meeting. Right. But they might see your Instagram. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I think a lot of it is just, it's about not breaking other people's anonymity. Totally.
That part I respect. Totally. 100%.
But everybody's up, you can break your own anonymity.
Yeah. Right. 100%. So, yeah.
Well, some people get mad at that too. They're like, a lot of people will be like, you shouldn't even be talking about it at all, ever.
Yeah. I think you shouldn't say, get confused on like what it actually means.
Right. It's like, go to a traditions meeting.
Because it's like, I'm not allowed to be like, oh, we are in recovery and I'm putting it on. It's just like, I'm talking like through my music, I'm not talking about, oh, this is about everyone. It's like me.
And I think a lot of it too, like in the early days of AA, they didn't want anyone to be a representative.
Yeah.
Right. Because if I go out there and I'm like, oh, I'm in AA. Right. And I'm talking about it, and then I go and fucking commit some crime.
Yeah.
Or some fucking scandal happens. Right. Which happens like for everybody. Absolutely. Right? Everybody always has some fall from grace.
Yeah. 100%.
Constantly. Right. Yeah. People then point at AA and say, hey, it didn't work. Right. Or AA failed or whatever. Right. So I think there was a lot of this idea of like in the early days, AA was such a fragile society.
Yeah.
So it was like they didn't want anyone to be a representative of it. And then it was about keeping other people's anonymity. Yeah. So that people felt safe going there.
Yeah. Right. Which is still 100% valid.
Right.
Yeah. That is valid for sure.
But I believe it, like personally talking about it and spreading your message in that way.
We're also in such a different time today.
Totally.
Especially in just Western societies.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a very different world today.
Yeah, like
compared to what it was.
Right, like Bill didn't have fucking Instagram.
Right. Imagine he did.
Like if he did, he would be
on there. Shit, he would be on there.
Being an alcoholic or a drug addict in like the 40s and the 50s
was a
and the
whole
fucking,
different thing. Yeah.
Fucking not good.
Right.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like it's still not good, but like back then it was like fucking.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah. Now
these days it's kind of we're making progress.
Yeah.
Like, ending the stigma and talking about it, and that's why I think it's so important to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
For sure.
So many different, like, whether it's content creation or like music or like public speaking, people in different fields talking about it. It allows people to see like, oh, I could still live life normal,
right,
and do shit.
Asking for help was one of the greatest choices I've made to overcome my addiction.
If you or a loved one that you know is struggling with addiction, don't hesitate. You can reach out to any of us at any time to find help.
Because that's when I met Sean. That's how we kind of created this collective with I Am Redemption of I'm sober, but I also like, now what?
Yeah.
It's like, because sometimes you get into the meetings where it's just like, okay, meetings and that's it. Like there's some, I guess, where they like do 12 meetings a day and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's cool. But I'm like, I don't have fucking time for that.
Yeah.
Like I still have to go to work. I still have to, I'll implement my recovery because it's the foundation. That's what got me here. But there's this point where you're like, okay, I want to live life and like, I want to thrive. Because sometimes you'll be like, I guess, put down for like, it's not about the shiny shit.
Right.
Which cool, but I still want shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm still going to work and earning an income so that I could, I want a fucking house. I want a fucking car. I want certain shit. And I mean, they probably don't mean like don't achieve that shit, but just don't put it over your recovery. I'm assuming that's what is meant by it.
Yeah.
But it's just achieving whatever goals you have set, as opposed to just like, okay, I'm sober now, I'm just going to sit in meetings and that's it.
Yeah.
Because you kind of, that message could be perpetuated, I think.
Yeah. There's some people that will make the program in AA their whole entire life, for their whole life, for like I know some old timers that still go to 5 meetings a day for 45 years. And I think that's beautiful if that's what works for them. Totally. Right. But I think me, you and Sean all say, we share the same ideas. Like I didn't get sober just to live my life in meetings. Like it's a huge part of, obviously, foundation, huge part of it. But we also got sober to actually live, and we've missed out on a lot. Okay. So we have to make up for lost time as well. 100%. So yeah. What's next for you?
Right now it's just been, I put like together a 5-year plan.
Okay.
I read this book by Napoleon Hill called Outwitting the Devil.
Okay.
And he had another book, it's called Think and Grow Rich, which tells you to specifically write down what you want, the amount of money you want, what you intend to give the world in return for this money.
And a manifestation kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah, so I wrote this down and I'm like, I would like to take my music to a place to where I'm able to live off of it. And at this point, it's just like trying to collaborate a bunch, just spread the message like of recovery through my music.
Right.
And because honestly, that's what helps me to be of service, because lately I have not been able to work through like sponsorship or sponsoring people. Yeah. So being of service has been like being able to spread the message of recovery through music by just doing something. And sometimes it's like it feels guilty because I'm like, I'm doing something I actually want to do and love and enjoy, but it in turn can actually be of service to other people creatively. And like, cause some people be like with the Hopeaholics and shit, like being able to go to an actual meeting and perform and like be in a meeting. Yeah.
I was just about to ask you, do you often do like recovery events and do performances there? Yeah. I feel like that's a perfect spot, you know, and there's so many all over. Like I know, Oxford houses. They have Oxford houses here, right? Like the sober livings.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think you have many of them. It's more of like an East Coast thing.
Is it? Yeah, they're in Texas all over. I think they're pretty much everywhere. I bet everywhere. They're a little, you know, they're not the bougie cushy ones. It's not a bougie cushy ones, but that's where I got sober. And you know, they have conventions. They have a world convention or national. They have huge conventions every year, and they're always looking for, performers. Like I think we saw like Kalichi. The last time, this was years ago, but like there's so many things like that in recovery, like, you know, all the conferences and whatever. They're always looking for, you should tap into all of that and put your name out there, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I know Shauna was talking about some stuff out in Texas too. Like,
yeah, they have a lot. Like Jay Klein, he knows probably all the spots in Texas at least.
Yeah. Shout out to him. I actually just sent him a chorus that he's gonna do a verse too.
Oh, I was gonna say you guys gotta do a little collab or whatever.
We got some shit going. Like, it was crazy when I went out there. Like, it was just an awesome experience in like fucking Texas.
What did you think of Austin and the recovery scene? That's what I want to know.
It was fucking awesome. Like, it was the people that I was around. Everybody was fucking cool because like I said, I hadn't met Sean for like but 5 minutes at the Alcoholics event in San Juan, and he was like, "We have this event coming up," and then and mind you, like when I went there too, like I didn't know him that well, but he's like, "You could crash at the house," and it was all good. It was all good vibes, and he's like, "We're putting together this event," and it was where Bart Crow was performing, and the recovery scene out there definitely seemed like some solid recovery. Like they're about their recovery, but also like living life and just like thriving,
having fun.
Like it was fucking awesome. So I definitely plan to visit again.
It's cool.
Yeah, Austin's dope. Cool.
Yeah,
and I hadn't been. I don't think I had been in Texas prior to that. At least not sober. Maybe in a blackout or some shit.
Yeah,
like, I don't.
When I went to treatment in Texas. That's how I ended up in Austin. And when I first got on the phone with like the admissions people and they told me I was supposed to go to Florida because the place I went, they had a location in Florida as well. And then the beds were filled. And so they were like, "You're going to Texas." And I was like, dude, no, literally. I'm like, my first thought was like, I'm thinking tumbleweeds and people on horses, like Wild West type shit.
Right.
And then I'm like, do I need to get a cowboy hat? Like what?
Do I need boots?
Yeah. Like I'm from New York, you know? So I'm like, Texas, that's totally country. Different. They got farms and, you know, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh God, I'm pulling up to rural, whatever. But then I got there and I was like, oh my God, Texas is kind of cool. And now I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, I had not thought it was like that before I got there at all.
Yeah, I didn't picture it the way that it was. Like it was.
Use the restroom real quick.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. Super cool. Like, I definitely want to go back. I don't know if I would live there or not because I'm like California born and raised, so I'm like spoiled with
I feel
weather.
like it's different. We have had a lot of people move from California. Too many, I would argue. Too many.
Trying to California, what do you say, like California eyes?
Yeah.
Texas.
They're
it's a whole different vibe.
They're taking over. They've ruined the market, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, Austin's really cool. I just had a question for you.
No worries. Let's see.
Do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah, I'm actually going to perform.
Do all your plugs. Let us know.
Yeah. So I'm going to perform actually with the Hopeaholics on the 18th.
Okay.
So I'll be up there in San Juan Capistrano. And then on the 19th, I have another show at this place called The Asylum in East Los Angeles.
Perfect.
And then the 27th, there's a show with, it's actually in the city of Glendora. It's like this festival. It's at this place called Bright Star.
Yeah.
And it's put together with Best Vibe Market. Shout out to Nikki out in Glendora. She does like a lot of festivals and events and stuff like that. And then May 10th, I'm going to be hosting and performing at the LA County Fair on the red stage.
You got a lot going on. And is that it or there's more?
Then there's May 18th.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Where Blake is going to be there, and it's Fausto at the Magic House Recovery in Orange County.
Yeah.
They're going to be having this event, and I think Janine's going to be there as well.
Yeah.
So it's I'm going to be performing there, and I think who else is a headliner? Gremlin, the artist. I think he's in recovery.
Okay.
And yes, I think to this point, I think that's the
that's a lot. That's a lot. You got to. And where can we find you? What's your handle on
it is
all the things?
Multifaceted Monster.
Okay, heard that.
And then my website is multifacetedmonster.com.
Oh, well, it's official. Got a whole website. Yeah. Wow.
I figured I had to get that handle. I was like, nobody else is going to have this .com, so I might as well grab that. But yeah, I'll definitely be linking up with Sean Livingston from I Am Redemption. We'll be doing a lot of team building shit for recovery. So we definitely have created a collective out there. So I want to say shout out to I Am Redemption and Sean as well.
Yeah, shout out to Sean. Thank you so much for coming out.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's
thanks for coming, man.
No, freaking appreciate it. I'm gonna definitely enjoy some of this cool weather out here.
Yeah.
'Cause I know back where I'm at, it's gonna be like, fuck.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Oh, man.